So I'm now going to show you how to work round 3 of the pattern and round 1 of the contrasting colour. So this is now looking at round 3. So I've got my little flower here and I'm going to begin with my new colour, and the pattern tells me to join the yarn with a standing treble stitch into any 3 chain space. So it's into one of these spaces, it doesn't matter which one. And I'm going to just show you how to do a standing treble. So to begin with, I wrap my yarn 3 times around my hook for a treble. So it's 1, 2, 3. Hold on quite firmly with the yarn so it doesn't unravel. And from the front to the back, I'm going to just put my hook through that one of those 3 chain spaces. Then I pass across the yarn over the top of the crochet and then get into my hand position, and I'm ready to work a standing treble. So for this one, I'm just going to think of it as yarn on and use those wraps as my loops to work through. So it's yarn on through 2, 1, 2, yarn on through 2, 1, 2, and that's my standing treble completed. Now I've still got one wrap there and I'm going to hold on to that because if I let go of that, it'll unravel it. So I just want to keep that in place. Now I'm going to work from the pattern a small cluster stitch into this same space. So to do the cluster stitch, we're going to go yarn on into the space, yarn on and yarn on through 2. So I'm going to just go through 2 loops, 1, 2. So I've still got 2 and that extra wrap on my hook. And I need to do this 3 times in total. So yarn on into the space, yarn on through 2. So I've now got 3 proper loops on my hook and this extra wrap. Final time, yarn on through 2. Now at this stage, I can comfortably just let go of that wrap and I can see I've got 4 loops on my hook, which is correct. And I'm going to now go yarn on through all 4 in one go. Now to just make that a little bit more secure, I'm then going to add 2 chain, which tightens the top of the cluster, but also will help me pass on to the next stitch. So now into that same space, I'm now going to work a big cluster stitch, and it's exactly the same, but you just got to do it 4 times instead of 3 times. So here we go, yarn on into the space, yarn on through 2, still 2 loops on my hook. That's the first time, through 2, second time, third time, final time, fourth time, yarn on through 2, and I should have on my hook still 5 loops left, and that's correct. So yarn on through all 5 in one go, secure the top of that with 2 chain. So now that first combination of cluster stitches has been completed, so I now move on to the next 3 chain space. So yarn on. Now this is a big cluster. The only time you do the small cluster is at the beginning, and it's just to accommodate that standing treble stitch. So now a big cluster into the next space, yarn on through 2, yarn on through 2, yarn on through 2, so it's 4 times in total, yarn on through 2, and then you have your 5 loops to go through in one go. Chain 2, that secures the top and gives it a little bit of a space before you do the next cluster. Yarn on through 2, yarn on through 2, third time, fourth time, just check you've got the right number of loops, chain 2. So you're going to carry on with this round 3, and each time into each chain space work a combination of 2 big cluster stitches until you've got the full round completed, and then you'll be ready to go on to round 4, remembering not to fasten off this colour yarn because we'll be using the same yarn for round 4.